Hello and welcome to the first week of our summer session here. What a great way to spend the summer, right? Make sure you get some beach time in along with taking this course. Welcome to Developmental Psych. One of my favorite classes to teach, one of the classes I've taught the most, and I'm really excited about this semester. And so let's get started taking a quick look into Brightspace. This is, of course, where you're finding things. If you've gone into Brightspace, you've seen this. If you've taken some courses from me before, you're going to notice that I've made some pretty dramatic changes in terms of what is actually there for you. So I'm going to switch to Learner View so I can see it just the way you do. And if you go into the content section here, there's really not much to look at. As I've said in this little introductory video, hopefully you've looked into this. You'll see the course information here. You can download the course book. You can, of course, buy the Apple Books version as well, so PDF and Apple Books. And you can download the free textbook. And we are going to be using Quest. And you click on here to register for Quest. Quest is like a digital video game. You play a character similar to the Sim worlds. If you've ever done those games, it's you're a little character and you move around. And there's 14 of them, and there are developmental milestones that each character needs to accomplish within that world. And when you've accomplished all of those in the different scenarios that the different people, the different characters, it's not just one character, it's all kinds of different characters. You get credit for completing those milestones, and then you take a little quiz on the material that was covered by those milestones, sort of a fun way to engage in some of this particular material. So you're going to have to register for, it's called Connect, and it's associated with a publisher. So you'll have to get into that. And if there's any issues with that, just, we'll problem solve with that. Here's some information about me, support and resources. And of course, here's the syllabus. Make sure you read this in all the details so you can understand what's going on in this class. The next link of importance is the course timeline, and sort of everything's here. So at the beginning of the class, I want you to go into the course lounge and post an introduction to yourself. If you have any questions, post them in the course questions discussion board. These remain open all semester. Then I have a student intake form where I'm asking you to tell me a little bit about yourself and your strengths and things that you might find challenging in this class. And then we go into week 1, week 2, week 3. This is the schedule for the whole semester. And these blue links, what they are actually is not only telling you what we're doing that week, but if you click on that, it actually brings you to the discussion. This brings you to the quiz. And then I have some instructions here. Take time to review all the special assignments listed at the end of the course book. If you have never taken a course from me before, you have no idea what a course book is. Rather than place the content, my lectures, what I want you to read, videos or anything, rather than placing them in Brightspace, I publish a digital book, and that's what you would download. You download a PDF, or you can buy, it's like $4.99, buy the Apple Books version, which is more interactive. But everything's accessible on the PDF version, and that course book contains all of the content for the class. So if you opened it up, if you download it and you open it up in like your PDF viewer here, you can see that there's an index on the left-hand side here, and this, I have it set to scroll. So here's the book that I wrote here, and there's an index, and I can go to chapter 1 right there. Brings me to chapter 1. And if you look over here on the left-hand side, see chapter 1. If I use the pull-down menu, you can see that each chapter, actually I'll pull down another one, each chapter has an attention section, a learning outcome section, teaching section, and an assessment section. So you go to attention, it's a little thing to kind of get you into the mood for the chapter, list of the learning outcomes, the teaching, this is all the lectures and content and videos. And then finally, the assessment section, this describes the tasks. So we'll see, as we saw in the course timeline, there's a discussion and a chapter quiz. And this is where you get that information right here. So I give you the questions for the chapter, right there, for the chapter discussions, to kind of give some examples. That actually, those aren't questions, those are examples. I want you to talk about developmental clocks. And then over here is a quiz, and this quiz, write a typical psychological question, write the same question again, and apply the example of the developmental perspective, and then planning your case study, which is the biography. So that's the setup how the class works. A little repeat from what you would see in that little orientation video. So for this week, as we charge in here, you have to read chapter 1 in the textbook, read chapter 1 in the course book. There's a discussion, chapter 1 discussion on picking one of the developmental clocks that I discuss in the course book, and give me examples of that from your own life. Chapter 1 quiz actually has you state a question, like a typical question in psychology, and then restate that question using the developmental perspective, which is simply asking an age. That's all that it's more simple than you think. Just follow the examples that I have in the course book. You should have no problem. And then start preparing for the biography. The biography is one of the special assignments in this class, and it involves interviewing and writing the life story of an individual aged 65 years or older. This can be anybody. It can be anybody who's related to you, not related to you. They can be afar. You can collect the information. It has to be someone that you interview, has to be someone that you get to know. It can't be a person who has passed away. It can't be a famous person. That's not it. The idea is for you to be able to sit down with a person aged 65 years or older and have them tell you their life story. Now, that's a pretty big assignment. You probably want to start getting on that right away. Now, to get information on the special assignments in my class, we again turn to the course book. So you've looked over here at chapter 1. We'll close that. Chapter 2. If you go down to the end, you'll see a chapter here called Special Assignments. And I clicked on that. I can use the pull-down menu here. There is information on Quest. There is the cultural dimensions of childbirth. There's the identity status. And then there's the biography interview and the biography reflection. There's 4 of these here. Quest, okay, this actually goes into when I talk to you about that game, you have certain milestones to cover. So in quest number 1, it's a 9-month-old little girl that you're playing, and you have to demonstrate object permanence, schemas, secondary circular reactions, stranger anxiety, and language development. So you'll be participating in 5 different activities in that quest. And then in quest number 2, Gabby, again, I think she's a little older, same age, goes to the beach, object permanence, schemas, secondary circular reactions, stranger anxiety, and language development. That's going to be, actually, I copied that one wrong. Whoops. I'll have to fix that. Seems like the rest of them are okay, but I made a mistake on there. The beach is not 9-month-old Gabby. That's a little copy-paste thing. Boy, try to make a good impression on the first video, and I find a mistake in my course book. I'll see if I can rectify that before it makes too much trouble. That's not going to be for a couple weeks now, so I should be able to fix that. Either way, at the end of the course book is all of the descriptions for the special assignments, and the special assignments are outlined in the course timeline. So, should be perfect except for that. And so, good luck with the class. We're starting off, hitting the ground running here, and I will see you in the discussion boards. Please reach out if you have any questions personally for me, or post questions in the course questions discussion board, and we can all share the wisdom that comes from all of us when we answer that question. So I wish you luck in this semester. Looking forward to a good summer with you folks, and I will see you later.